The Krea 2 Identity Edit LoRA is now available, turning Krea 2 into an image editor with dual conditioning. To be completely transparent, don't expect it to match the capabilities of Qwen Image Edit or Flux 2 Klein 9B. Still, the open source community never wastes much time, and the creator has already released an upgrade that significantly improves its capabilities. I ran every generation on my RTX 5060 with 8GB of VRAM and 32GB of system RAM. With the megapixel value set to 1.0, each edit took around 2.5 minutes. Let's see what this LoRA can actually do. I created this set of images using a portrait I generated with Krea 2 Turbo. Let's drag them into ComfyUI and look at the exact prompts and settings I used. Here's the first image, along with the prompt. Just as instructed, the woman is now standing inside a luxury rooftop penthouse at night, with a glowing city skyline behind her. The diamond necklace is there as well. Let's drag in the second image and look at the prompt. This edit completely moves her into a rainy cyberpunk street, surrounded by neon signs, wet reflections, and the teal and magenta lighting we requested. It also creates the fitted leather jacket with subtle glowing accents. The third prompt takes us in the opposite direction, turning her into a dark fantasy queen. The candlelit stone hall, delicate crown, ornate armor, torchlight, and mist are all handled surprisingly well, while her face remains clearly recognizable. Next, we have the sunset beach edit. It adds the warm golden hour lighting, blurred ocean waves, and elegant off-the-shoulder dress almost exactly as instructed. The fifth image places her on a snowy European street, with falling snow, warm storefront lights, a camel coat, and a thick knitted scarf, but it keeps part of the original olive blouse underneath the coat. Then we have the high-powered executive portrait. The modern glass office, skyline view, tailored black blazer, and polished corporate lighting all follow the prompt closely. The seventh image shifts into a luxurious 1920s-inspired lounge. The chandeliers, velvet interior, black Art Deco gown, and geometric jewelry create that old Hollywood fashion look without making the image feel overly stylized. The red carpet result is particularly interesting. It successfully adds the photographers, flash lighting, press wall, dramatic jewelry, and couture-style draping, but it partially keeps the original olive shirt instead of fully replacing the outfit. So the environment is highly accurate, while the wardrobe transformation is only partially successful. Next, it converts the portrait into a Renaissance-style oil painting. The period clothing, painterly texture, deep shadows, and classical framing look convincing. And finally, we have the late-night Paris cafe edit. The rain-covered window, warm lamps, coffee cup, softly blurred couple, and dark turtleneck outfit create a genuinely cinematic atmosphere. It follows the prompt closely and shows that this LoRA can change not only the clothing and background, but the entire story surrounding the subject. Now, let's see how the LoRA handles removing objects, because this is where the cracks begin to show. I tried removing the car from this image, but the woman turned into a blurry mess. This became one of the biggest problems I encountered, especially when removing or adding objects. The same thing happened when I tried removing the lamp. The lamp disappeared, but the entire image became frustratingly blurry. This one finally got it right. The LoRA successfully removed the bike. The rhino was also removed successfully, but the man's eye became distorted. This one was another success. The LoRA removed the SUV cleanly. The white flowers were removed successfully, and the train is gone. But here it is again. The horse was removed, yet the image became a complete mess, and the exact same thing happened with the next image. I only wanted to remove the lighthouse here, but somehow the man vanished with it. Here, I tried replacing the phrase night log. The model got that part right, but it also removed the phrase clear skies. When it comes to replacing objects, the LoRA performed noticeably better than it did with removals. I successfully replaced the cheetah with a leopard, a hyena, and a horse. Here, the model successfully replaced the SUV with a helicopter while keeping the rest of the image intact. Replacing the pool with a beach was also successful. Here, I tried replacing the umbrella with an M16, but once again, I ended up with that blurry mess. Trying to replace the coconut with a desert eagle didn't work either. Replacing this anime girl with a ninja, however, worked flawlessly. And once again, that blurry mess returned when I tried replacing the sword with a battle axe. Now for clothing swaps, here's the prompt I used for every test. And the first satin wrap dress transfers cleanly, with the shape and waist tie landing correctly, while the woman remains intact. The fantasy outfit is copied fairly well, but one arm turns into a pale mannequin limb, while mannequin-like patches also appear around the chest and neck, making the result unusable. This one fails completely because the new outfit is simply placed beside her, while her original clothing remains unchanged. unchanged. Here, only the pink top is applied, while the lace shorts are ignored and the original skirt stays in place. The black top and denim shorts are added, but the original white skirt remains underneath, making this only a partial swap. The oversized lavender t-shirt dress transfers cleanly, with its overall length and loose fit preserved. This lace top and satin shorts combination works very well, with both pieces correctly replacing the original outfit. The blazer is added convincingly, but the model invents a black turtleneck and keeps the original white skirt instead of completing the full outfit. The black upper section is copied, but the long dress is reduced to a crop top while the original skirt remains. The cream pantsuit is a clean success, with both the blazer and wide-leg trousers transferred naturally. The denim jacket is applied accurately, but the black jeans are ignored and the original skirt is left untouched. The red midi dress transfers almost perfectly, with a clean silhouette and no obvious pieces of the original clothing left behind. The cable knit sweater and pleated skirt both transfer successfully, making this another strong, full outfit swap. Only the leather jacket is copied here, while the black dress underneath is replaced by the original white skirt. The green blouse transfers well, but the black trousers disappear and the original skirt remains. The blue crop jacket is applied cleanly, although the matching leggings are completely ignored. The black lace-up mini dress is reproduced very closely and replaces the entire original outfit without any visible leftovers. The red corset top works, but the black pencil skirt is missing and the original white skirt remains. The leather dress is applied only across the upper body, creating an awkward cutoff where it merges into the original skirt. The sheer black mini dress is a successful full swap, with the layered fabric and overall shape preserved. The red crop jacket and black mini skirt both transfer successfully, producing a clean and coherent result. The champagne slip dress is copied very well, including the fitted upper half and flowing lower silhouette. The red dress starts correctly at the top, but it dissolves into the original white skirt, so the lower half fails. The beige sweater dress is mostly applied, but the original white skirt still sticks out underneath it. The white halter dress transfers well, although the model makes it noticeably longer than the reference. This one fails completely, with the red top and black shorts floating beside the woman instead of replacing her clothes. The same failure happens again here, as the white top and denim shorts are displayed beside her while the original outfit remains. The floral dress transfers cleanly, with both the loose shape and printed pattern preserved. On the armored character, the iridescent material transfers, but the jacket, leggings, and overall outfit structure are lost. The red fantasy gown is an excellent swap, preserving the elaborate shape and layered details while fully removing the armor. The white structured coat dress transfers successfully and keeps its tailored silhouette, although the original boots remain. The dark gothic gown is copied very convincingly, with the high collar and full-length shape preserved. The neon color accents transfer, but the detailed jacket and skirt design is simplified into a tight, sleeveless bodysuit. The white fantasy gown works extremely well, replacing the armor with a detailed full-length dress and matching draped sleeves. The green tied blouse and white shorts both transfer correctly, but the character keeps the heavy black boots from the original image. The white zip-up top and red shorts swap in cleanly, although the original tall boots remain. The final casual outfit transfers successfully, but once again, the model keeps the original black boots instead of the reference sneakers. So yes, the LoRa can swap clothing, but the results are far from consistent, and this is clearly one area that still needs improvement in future updates. According to the creator, this LoRa supports person restaging, local object edits, reference-based replacements, full image restyling, and 2 image workflows. For dual inputs, the scene must be image 1 and the person must be image 2, because reversing them can significantly reduce the quality. For most edits, the recommended setup is Krea 2 Turbo at 8 to 12 steps with CFG set to 1, while larger removals use the raw model at 20 steps and CFG 3. Matching the source aspect ratio and staying below 2 megapixels should improve preservation, while around 10 steps offers a good balance between composition and facial detail. The creator is also very open about the limitations, and they line up closely with our own tests. Removals remain unreliable, outfit swaps are hit or miss, facial geometry can drift, and local edits may unexpectedly affect other areas of the image. The LoRa is commercially usable under the Krea 2 community license for users below the stated revenue threshold. Now, I'll walk you through the installation process. First, you'll need the ComfyUI Krea 2 Edit Node Pack, which you can access by clicking here. Scroll down to the installation section and close ComfyUI if it's currently open. Copy this command, head into your ComfyUI portable directory, and then open the Custom Nodes folder. Once you're there, type CMD into the address bar to open Command Prompt, paste the command we copied earlier, and press Enter. That's it. The node pack is now installed. Before reopening ComfyUI, head into the Update folder, where you'll see two update options. Double-click this one if you're using the stable version, or use this one if you're running the nightly version. Now, open ComfyUI. Here you'll find links to every model you need, along with the correct folders where each file should be placed after downloading. I've also created a switch to make the workflow easier. If you're using only one reference image, keep it disabled, and enable it only when you're working with two reference images. If you have any missing nodes, you can install them through the Install Missing Custom Nodes option inside ComfyUI Manager. Here's the prompt I used for swapping clothes. I tested quite a few variations, but this was the only one I felt comfortable recommending as a general-purpose prompt for every swap. Let me know in the comments if you found a better one. I've also included the command you need to copy and paste into Command Prompt to install the nodes. Here you can change the resolution, but as the creator recommends, don't go above 1.5 megapixels. I got my best results with the LoRA strength set to 1.0, and these are the exact settings I used for every generation. If you want to upscale your images, you can use the Seed VR2 workflow. It will be linked in the video description and the pinned comment along with the main workflow. Please leave a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you found the video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.